Hello, Leo. Welcome to Indiglojypsy. I'm Jenna. I'm happy to do this tarot reading for Leo placements or anyone involved with a Leo. The messages may or may not resonate. I appreciate your presence and energy, and I hope you guys are all doing wonderful. So, Leo, I'm going to open up your reading with the Moonology Messages Oracle deck, and I shuffled that deck up for you, and 3 cards showed themselves. One is Blood Moon Courage, which I think strongly represents the archetype of your sign. Then you also got Domicile Moon, Abundance. And there's a lot of like yellow and oranges coming through, which I feel like are colors of the sun, your colors. And then you also got Dark Moon, the Past, okay? So there could be some things coming up from your past that it's taking courage for you to acknowledge or release, or, you know, maybe both. But you stand to gain abundance for that, for the courage to face whatever could be following you around from your past, a person, a mindset, you know, just different things here, okay? And those solar colors are really coming through for you to maybe represent your solar plexus chakra. Maybe you guys are beginning again, because I know you went through a rough patch there, to be in this creative mode and a period of creativity, and just using that energy there. Okay, so I'm going to use the Houseplant Tarot deck for your reading, and the card that came through on that one is the, oh, you also had a channeled song. It is called, I think it's called I'd Rather Be With You. It's by Beyonce. I'm not 100% certain if that's the title of the song, but it's, you know, the boy, I'd rather be with you, something like that. Anyway, yeah, that song came through for you. So it might not be a boy that you'd rather be with. It might be, you know, a girl, or it might be just you, yourself, you being in resonance with yourself. But you, for the Houseplant Tarot, you guys got the 4 of Cacti. So you guys could be in a meditative state, or maybe you are having conversations with people from your past and clearing the air, getting an understanding of why the things transpired the way they did. And it's taking courage, you know, it could be topics that you're uncomfortable talking about, or maybe they were uncomfortable talking about. But I do see a meeting of the minds with this 4 of Cacti or 4 of Swords energy. And, you know, just an acknowledgement of anything that may have had an impact on anyone involved there. And then, you know, you guys may be meditating on some things that you'd like to acknowledge or forgive from the past as well, which also takes courage. The inner shadow work of that takes a lot of courage, but you stand to gain abundance, or maybe you already experiencing a time of abundance, and that's just not something you want to take with you, okay? So we'll get into your reading, and thank you, Spirit, for overseeing this act of divination for Leo in their highest good. And Leo, if you're interested in a personal, please reach out to me. My information is in the description, and I would love to connect with you on a personal level. I also offer sage bundles if anyone's interested, but all of that stuff is in the description. So. Thank you. So the Ace of Succulents at the bottom of the deck, or the Ace of Cups. So some of you may just kind of be a little emotionally closed off at this time. Maybe you're not accepting any apologies, or you're not offering any apologies, or maybe it's just because you're more cerebral than emotional at this time. It doesn't even have to be very complicated. It could just really be that you're in more of your head space than your heart space in this phase of your journey. Again, you know, the 4 of Cacti, the 4 of Swords is either you like practicing meditation or kind of clearing your any mental clutter, or having a meeting with people from your past, maybe family members, etc., friend groups, whatever, and having some uncomfortable conversations that do kind of require some courage. Or you guys like really meditating on abundance and what that means to you. And what that means to you is releasing anything from your past that you don't really want to take with you, okay? Which is maybe requiring you to be more in your head than your heart, okay? And not to say that you're closed off to forgiveness, but it's just more of a thought process in this phase of your journey. You also have the Ace of Cacti as to why it's all happening. So you do have 5 swords on the board now. So this could be a win at all cost, whether this is your energy, another person's energy, or multiple people who are tied to the situation. So you could have felt like abused, like especially mentally, by someone or some people from your past. And it may take a lot of courage for you to say, hey, listen, I don't like the way you treated me. I just need to express that. And I've never said that before, or anytime I've tried to say it, I've been met with either hostility or resistance of some sort. And I really need to clear the air with you. The Ace of Cacti is about clearing the air. It's about getting to the truth, telling the truth, receiving the truth, but really just cutting through the BS and having a meeting of the minds here. Okay. But I do see 5 swords here. So that could be what the discussion has everything to do with, is either you being in a mental state of chaos or someone imposing that on you, Leo, or both, okay? So in your headspace is the 2 of flowering plants reversed. So some of you guys, so this is a bit of a period where a lot of things from the past are coming up. So this may hinder your ability to remain present, Leo, which is why this 4 of Cacti is your first card. There's an emphasis on you remaining present, on you practicing being in a meditative state, even if it's a minute long, 2 minutes long. It does not have to be long. But it's just about you getting practice over an extended period of time until you can master it, so that you can move your way out of the past and into a period of abundance presently, okay? So the 2 of flowering plants is a lot about, not really being able to move forward because you need to clear the air about some mental manipulation that you felt you were under. Maybe even some of you felt like that's who you were. Maybe you felt mentally manipulative towards others, or maybe you felt like you were abusive in some way to others, and you are having some trouble moving forward because you are thinking about the negative effect that you could have had on other people, and you would like to release that from your energetic field. So you could maybe be asking for forgiveness here, Leo, okay? Or maybe at least thinking it, okay? Because that would take courage. That would definitely take a level of courage to say, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. For some people, it's easy. For some people, it's more difficult because, we're dealing with the ego and things like that. So it may be challenging for some to be like, I fucked up. I should have treated you better. I could have, and I didn't. And I apologize to you. And I would love it if you forgave me, but I need you to know that I truly don't feel good about that. It could be something like that as well. But it's, there's a lot of the past energy coming up for you, Leo, that is requiring you to be courageous in some way. So your past is giving 5 of flowering plants. This is the second 5 I've seen. So you could be an August 5th. You could be a July 25th. You could be a life path number 5. You could be experiencing a multitude of changes in your life. But this is conflict, chaos, competition, drama. And even a preparation for some of you, maybe you were preparing to do something, to master something, to achieve something. And you had a lot of negativity vocally around you saying, oh, Leo, you can't do that. You're not going to be good at that. Just very negative, very doubtful, almost abusive or downright abusive toward you. Like, you're never going to be able to do this. And it's like, that's all I want. Why would you tell me I never could, So there could have been a period where you were conflicted, or you stopped going after the things that you wanted the most because people were in your headspace for so long, making you feel like you truly couldn't achieve what it is you wanted the most in life, So that could be a reason why this stuff is coming up, to give you an opportunity to release it. But definitely, some challenges around you in the past that's kind of bringing it up now, just to create space for you to like move forward confidently without the baggage here, Leo. Okay, you're always going to move forward confidently. I feel at least outwardly, you're going to appear confident, but there could be some insecurities internally that just cannot go with you on the next phase of your journey if you're serious about making your future everything you always wanted, everything that maybe someone stopped you from embodying. So at the foundation, we have the 7 of flowering plants reversed. So I feel like some of you Leos are kind of like in almost a regret, like that you didn't speak up for yourself back then, or you didn't say anything back then, or there's some things you could have said or done that you didn't do. And maybe you felt weak, or you felt bullied, or you felt like you weren't able to stand up for yourself because there was so much abuse, like especially verbal abuse. It's not only reduced to verbal, it could have been physical or any other form of abuse imaginable. But I'm definitely getting a lot of verbal abuse, Leo, and you may have not been in a position to really stand up for yourself. You could have been 7 years old. A 7-year-old can only speak up so much. You know, they can't really beat an adult up. You know what I mean? You can't really, it's challenging for a child to defend themselves against one, let alone multiple adults. So that could be, you know, what's coming up is that you never felt like you could stick up for yourself before, but you can now, you know, and that's been lingering about you for quite some time. You also have 7 wands when you combine this 5 of flowering plants and this 2 of flowering plants. So the 7 of wands is coming up twice for you. So there's an energy of defensiveness, defending yourself, standing your ground, holding your position, or just feeling like you're now more than capable of expressing yourself and no one can harm you, no one can hurt you, no one can do anything to you the way they might have been able to when you were a kid or when you were younger. What's coming towards you, Leo, is the justice reversed. So there could be a period that you experience where you feel out of balance. You could be met with some resistance. For some of you, maybe by law enforcement, like there could be, you know, some drama could have landed somebody in jail or in some form of an institution. Like I'm seeing a military school or all girls or boys school or something like that. Maybe you were sent off to try to get control over you because you may have been more of a considered wild or a loose cannon because you used to stand your ground, or you tried your best to stand your ground and stick up for yourself and defend your dreams and defend your personality. But you were viewed as problematic for that. So you could have been sent somewhere unfairly. So, you know, these are some things that could be coming into your consciousness again, could be surfacing again in the coming days or weeks, etc. And there could be a Libra involved in your situation here, Leo, or you guys could have Leo placements, or really it's just the energy of maybe the law getting involved. So be mindful of how you handle things, you know, because some of you could maybe pop off, you know, maybe crash out here. The elements are here for a crash out, and that ending in some form of incarceration or law enforcement getting involved. And I don't want to see that for any of you. You know, so just be mindful of how you handle all of this energy that maybe has been repressed for quite some time, my sweet royalty. Okay. So the energy that you're in, or you're being seen as, Leo, is the king of flowering plants. So this is a king of wands reversed. Some people could be calling you names, Leo, is what I really feel. Some people could truly feel like that's their experience with you. So you could be getting called anything from a cheater, a dog, a liar, something that you use to garden, if you know what I mean. You know, the B word, just different things like that. Selfish, egotistical, tyrannical, a maniac, I'm hearing something like that. You know, people may be calling you bipolar, whether you have a diagnosis or not. They may be saying that to you, and that may be very triggering to you because maybe you do have a diagnosis, or maybe you don't, but it's just making you feel so unseen and so unheard that you feel like you're being labeled when everyone is missing the point, that you are feeling like crashing out because you feel misunderstood or unheard or, you know, dismissed or diminished. So that this seems to have been bottled up over time, Leo. So that's why I want you guys to be very mindful of how you handle yourselves. This is another thing that will require courage. And also that courage energy is one of your cards, the strength card. So this will, the inner strength will need to be applied to successfully overcome these tumultuous or challenging situations here. But there could have been a creative block that you were experiencing for a long time. There could have been a male, like masculine figure who was abusive towards you in a very, very, very inappropriate way, if you know what I'm getting at. That could be a thing. Some of you, my masculine Leos, maybe someone is accusing you of doing that, and you could be facing incarceration. I'm so sorry to get graphic or, trigger warning on that, but this is what's coming through your reading right now. It's coming through for a reason. Everybody has an opportunity to heal and grow and change. If that's something you feel you can do or you want to do, it is absolutely applicable and it's already yours, okay? We are not confined to a specific personality type or reality. This is all very mutable. We can all change anything that we feel requires change. But some people feel like you won't change, Leo. Some people feel like you don't see a problem with any of your negative characteristics. And someone may be calling you narcissistic, or someone may be calling you like just someone who doesn't really regard other people in a serious way, like just unhinged. That could be some things people are saying to you, kind of angering you further for some of you. That's why this Four of Cacti is imperative. It's imperative for you guys to get to a meditative state and like some form of mental peace here, okay? Because it is getting a bit rough. It's getting a bit choppy here, right? The energy around you is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So it could seem like things are down right now, like the everything around you is kind of like stuck or stagnant or stale, or maybe you keep repeating cycles with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. It is a wheel after all. And since it's upside down, you could feel like, damn, I felt like I already dealt with this situation. Why do I keep, for some of you, why do I keep going back to jail? Why do I keep getting sent to the hospital? Why do I keep getting into arguments with my family? Why do I break up with someone and get with a new person and it's really the same person in a new body? Like, why do I keep repeating these cycles? Some of you may be saying that and others of you may not. But I feel like that's what this Wheel of Fortune is conveying here, is like a cycle of negativity or feeling like the world is against you, or I'm getting some sort of like a victim mentality. And I'm not saying that you were not victimized at some point, Leo. I'm just saying that might be the primary focus here, as opposed to how you can heal and transcend the victim mind state, okay, into someone who is a survivor or in a position of power here. But it could just kind of seem like things are crashing around you, and you might want to fight somebody, you might want to harm somebody because you have all of this bottled up in energy from, unaddressed issues that stem pretty far back in your life here, okay? So you have, look at that. You showed up in your own reading with the Strength card. So I feel like your resilience will pay off if you can get yourself into a meditative state. And again, it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 2 minutes. You can use a subliminal. You can journal. You can do so many different things to focus your mind on the present and focus your mind on that which you want to experience, okay? Without feeling lack, without feeling like everyone's against you or no one loves you or you're misunderstood. And while all of those things are like you may truly feel that way, and I'm not dismissing that, but if you focus on that, that's what's going to grow. That's what's going to be your primary experience, as opposed to, I don't really need this baggage any longer. I will do what I can to transcend this, to heal this, to let it go, and to work on, myself and get myself back into a state of power and resilience here with this Strength card. It takes a lot of courage and inner strength to deal with past situations that are still kind of showing up in your present. That can be difficult to focus on a future when your present looks so much like your past. But that's why these things are coming up, Leo, so you can discover a way to like release them and clear your palate, if you will, to taste more decadence. Okay, so what do you get for all this stuff? Like, this has been a hard road, my royal beings. I see it. This has been challenging. This has come with so many hurdles and barbed wire fences and electric fences and just tasers and different, different forms of punishment that you have experienced or maybe imposed on others, or even both. But you are strong. You are resilient. You are brave. You are understanding that there is more to you than your past, Leo. Okay? So you get the Ace of Potted Trees. You get a new beginning. You get yeses. You get permission. You get maybe some acknowledgement. But I feel like with or without any acknowledgement, you are still going to start to be more magnetic to experiences that uplift you, okay, and make you feel validated and seen and heard, etc. The Ace of Potted Trees is a beautiful way to conclude this reading, because we had the Ace of Cups at the bottom. So it's not so much about blocking off your heart space, because you'll only attract other people that kind of come off cold and detached, and if that's okay with you, then that's another story, but I feel like with your big heart, and I know you'd like to be as warm as possible, but many of you just feel like you need to protect yourself at all costs because of all of the things you've been through. You start to put yourself in a more of a magnetic sort of energy, and you start to attract more experiences that have growth potential, that are sustainable, that, are rooted in dependability, instead of like pissing on you and saying, oh no, Leo, it's raining, So, and then acting like they don't understand when you perpetuate the negativity, like they didn't have any influence over it. But I feel like you are starting to get to a place very bravely of accepting what is new. Understanding that there is a new story, a new chapter being formulated in your life with the power of your focused attention, okay? With your will to focus, your will to transcend any limitations, whether they were imposed on you by others or they were created by you, okay? So Leo, I hope these messages were helpful. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you will comment if this resonates. And thank you so much for subscribing and liking the video. That means so much to me. I will get you guys a Spirit Oracle card. Leo. Okay, so you got La Natura. So some of you may be with child. Congratulations if you are. Or you could be creating something that has unlimited growth potential here. Or there's a need for you to nurture yourself, especially if you felt like you weren't nurtured enough previously. So you will give birth to something new, something beautiful. An idea manifests, the beginning of a new and wondrous journey. Blessings. I love that, because that coincides with this Ace of Potted Trees. You also got tranquility. A lot of nudity coming through with these cards. So I feel like you should appreciate your body, because it's harboring your soul, no matter what that body looks like, or if, it's considered outside of society's beauty standards. It's like, F those standards, Leo, feel good about yourself. Even if everyone in your life told you that you weren't beautiful, or you weren't this, or you weren't that, like, it's okay for you to know that you are. So trust all will turn out well. Everything will fall into place. Peace of mind and tranquility are soon restored. That is a result of your courage, Leo. Emotional breakthrough. You guys absolutely need that, especially since you've been holding so much back emotionally. It's created a bit of stagnancy here in your life. But that's only a portion of the story, not the entire story. Emotional transformation, release, freedom. It is safe for you to express how you feel. Let it all out. Relationships deepen as a result. Very powerful message there that goes so much with this reading. And then you have alchemy. I love that. Cancer also pulled this card. You guys may have Cancer placements. So your inner light shines when you are at peace with yourself and the world around you. Let go of the struggle and feel the beauty inside you. Exactly, Leo. Allow all to just be and just be you. Okay. I really hope these messages were helpful. I thank you all so very much. Again, comment if it resonates. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, child. I'd love to have you. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up again. You guys are amazing. Leo, sending hugs. I wish you guys so much love, so much light, infinite abundance. And until next time, my sweet royalty, take care.